Thanks for joining us. I'm Alexis Rogers. We start with breaking news out of Iowa, where police say multiple people have been shot at a high school. It happened this morning in Perry, Iowa, about 40 miles northwest of Des Moines. This is a look at the scene. Law enforcement has not yet said how many people are hurt, but the Associated Press reports 2 people were brought to the hospital. They also say the suspect is dead from an apparent self-inflicted gunshot wound. Today was the school's first day back after the winter break, and the county sheriff's says the shooting happened before classes began.
There is no further danger to the public. The community is safe. We're just now working backwards, trying to figure out everything that happened and make notifications.
Classes have been canceled and other nearby schools have been evacuated. We're expecting to learn more very soon, and of course we'll bring you the latest right here and online. Well, today we are also following the expected evacuation of a Minneapolis homeless encampment. It's something some have been pushing against for months now, and early this morning we saw protesters gathered outside the area. Let's go to Chris with the latest.
Yeah, hi Alexis. Our team on the ground there says Minneapolis Police Chief Brian O'Hara just arrived at the camp. The city expected to evict the folks staying there and remove the camp sometime today. Let's take a live look right now at the Nenukasi camp, as it is known. It takes up the entire block of 13th Avenue South and 23rd Street right there. You can see some people waiting there. Some signs are up. Like we said, there were protesters there earlier this morning as the city tries to make its move and evict the people that are there as they promised. Let's back up though. Here's the controversy around the camp and why today's expected removal is controversial. Now, the city has serious concerns about the public safety there. There have been multiple shootings there, a homicide, many calls for police service there since it was created in August. The city also owns the land which the camp sits on and said they're prepared to sell it to the Indigenous Peoples Task Force for a development there. The volunteers and the people housed there say the city's alternative options for helping homeless long-term do not go far enough. They say the camp has helped scores of people move to permanent housing, receive healing, food, shelter, and a familial feeling there. So that's the controversy. And this morning, camp representatives held a press conference expressing their issues with what the city is about to do.
We're here to hold systems accountable and that our people don't deserve to be treated in this way. We have resources, and we also come to the table with resources as tribal nations. We're not just asking for a handout. We're here today with our dream team to come up with solutions.
Again, our team on the ground there says there's a fire truck, there's police that have arrived there. It is ultimately the job of Public Works to remove the camp. So it's not the police that will remove the camp, it's the Public Works Department. And we're told by John Croman, a reporter who's there, that as promised, camp organizers said that they will simply move to a new location. If they take their stuff, they'll just set up yurts and tents in another place. He said a U-Haul truck is there moving things right now to another space a block away as we speak. Alexis, we will stay on this story. We'll hopefully hear from the city side as well. We reached out and haven't been able to hear from them this morning. And we'll have more online, of course, at 4, 5, and 6 later today.
Chris,
Alexis.
Thank you very much. Well, the closure comes just as our temperatures start to dip for a chilly day. Ben, I walked outside. I was like, whoo, these are those low temperatures that everyone told me about in Minnesota.
Yeah, we're getting there. And trust me, it will get a whole lot colder, especially after, we'll say, the deep extended forecast after the 7-day is up. We'll talk about some real Minnesota cold. But first, it is more or less a more average day in early January. A lot of stubborn cloud cover, and you might even notice a couple of stray flurries being squeezed out of those clouds, but nothing significant is going to fall today. Here's the cloud cover we're talking about. It's kind of that slate gray overcast that we were hoping was going to break a little bit today. Now it's looking a little less likely. Temperatures holding pretty steady. We're going to stay colder than the freezing mark today. How about that for a change? But we do warm up in the days ahead. We should crack the freezing mark both Friday and Saturday. And we have several snow chances in our forecast. Take a look at your weather headlines. Snow looks likely this weekend. Should be light here, but we could be looking at accumulating snow across parts of central and northern Minnesota. There's another storm on Tuesday that's mainly going to miss us to our south, but we could see some light snow from that. And we're closely watching another storm system set to move into the area a week from today, next Thursday. That one right now gives us the best potential at seeing some decent accumulation. We're going to keep tabs on it and let you know more in our full forecast coming up. Alexis?
Ben, thank you. Today, we know more about the people linked to convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. Newly unsealed court documents include a long list of well-known names, including politicians and celebrities. Among them is former Presidents Bill Clinton and Donald Trump, though both deny wrongdoing. One woman who worked for Epstein says that he told her, quote, Clinton likes them young, referring to girls. She also says Epstein suggested calling Trump for an outing in Atlantic City. Other political figures listed include New Mexico Governor Bill Richardson and Prince Andrew. Michael Jackson and David Copperfield were among the celebrities listed. Less than an hour ago, St. Paul fire officials confirmed at least one person in a home fire involving a mom and 6 kids has died. We don't know who it was, and we're still waiting to learn a little bit more about the other victims. Fire officials say they arrived at the home on Arkwright Street early yesterday and quickly put out the fire. After that, they pulled out all 7 people who were unconscious. Paramedics performed CPR and rushed them to the hospital to be treated for smoke inhalation. In just minutes, a procession will begin for fallen Army Sergeant Cade Wolf in Blue Earth County. In November, the Mankato native was killed during a training exercise over the Mediterranean Sea. Officials say their Black Hawk helicopter had an accident during refueling. 4 others also died in the crash. Charges could come today in a New Year's shooting that injured an 11-year-old girl in Minneapolis. Police say the bullet came from a man shooting an AR-15 style rifle in the air outside of her home. She was in her bedroom when she was grazed by the bullet on her face. She's okay now, but needed surgery to remove a fragment of the bullet. Police Chief Brian O'Hara says it appears the suspect and others were drinking and randomly firing guns in the air to celebrate the new year.
It's only by the grace of God that we are here today to talk about this as an injury and not as the first murder of a new year. It's not normal to have gunfire in a neighborhood as a perceived celebration.
The chief says the suspect was out on supervised release at the time. He is now in jail awaiting charges for assault and weapon possession as a felon. Well, just minutes from now, you can help us save lives right here in Minnesota. Health Fair 11's annual winter blood drive is from 1 p.m. to 7 p.m. at the Minneapolis Marriott West Hotel. This year, Health Fair 11 is teaming up with the American Red Cross for the event. Right now, there are dozens of slots still available, and to make an appointment, visit care11.com/healthfair. I'll see you there after the show.